Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to showcase an endgame build for the Magicka Warden, also known as MagDen or Brittleden. Brittleden's focus is to keep up minor brittle and is useful for group content, most notably trials and possibly even dungeons. This build is capable of pulling over 101k on the parse dummy. I will be using mythics and trial gear, so this is not a beginner friendly build, but rather more for endgame players. This is an optimized build for trials. This build also has 2 open bar slots to be able to include utility skills. Anyways, here's the build. So starting off in the character sheet, we have 64 points in a Magicka, and we're running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a high elf. I think high elves are the best choice for this kind of build. Food, we're going to be running Clockwork Citrus Fillet. This is the best food you can run, but a cheaper and almost just a good alternative would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you need more sustain or you're parsing, then Gaslit Eyeball is always the go-to. So for potions, we're just be using standard Essence of Spell Power. These are important because it gives us access to 3 important buffs: Major Sorcery, Major Prophecy, and Major Intellect. We can cover some of these buffs depending on what skills we have. Regardless of what you choose to do, make sure you have 3 points in a medicinal use from the alchemy skill line to ensure that the potions last their full duration. So for CP, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Wrathful Strikes, and Backstabber. For the red tree, Balanced Vitality, Rejuvenation, Siphoning Spells, and Sustained by Suffering. So for gear, we're going to be running the 5-2-2-1 combo, which is basically arena weapon on both bars, 5-piece of a set, a 2-piece of a set that has crit bonus as the 2-piece line, and a monster helm. So breaking down, in the main hand we have a Master's Ice Staff in Precise with a flame damage enchant. On the back bar, Maelstrom Ice Staff with Infused with a weapon damage enchant. For the head and shoulders, we have 2 pieces of Kiarnar, 1 in light, 1 in medium, both in divines with max mag. For the body, we have 4 pieces of Whirl of Depths, all in divines with max mag enchants. And for the legs, we have 1 piece Harpooner's Waiting Kill. This is in divines with max mag enchants as well. For the jewelry, we have 1 piece of Whirl of Depths jewelry in Bloodthirsty with spell damage enchant. And for the 2 other pieces of jewelry, you could just run any set that has a crit bonus. Just make sure they both have spell damage enchants and trade it in Bloodthirsty. So for skills, we're going to be running Subterranean Assault, Frost Reach, Barb Trap, Fetcher Infection, Flex Spot, Wild Guardian, Winter's Revenge, Unstable Wall of Frost, Structured Entropy, Scalding Rune, and Blue Betty, and with Wild Guardian. So for the rotation, we're going to be running it dynamically, but we're always going to follow the same rhythm based off of our Subterranean Assault. What I mean by that is every time we cast Subterranean Assault, we're able to use 5 skills before we have to recast it again. And the priority for skills would probably be Subterranean Assault, Winter's Revenge, Wall of Elements, Barb Trap, Fetcher Infection, Structured Entropy, and Scalding Rune. And then whenever you have nothing to refresh, spam Destructive Reach. And then whenever your ultimate Wild Guardian is ready, you could just use that whenever. If you feel like you need more Magicka to sustain, make sure you pop Blue Betty. So first up, starting off with optimization for this build. If you want to go hardcore DPS, you can go medium armor, either Core Riptide or Reliquin, and then do 2-hander back bar, and then run it like that. But if you aren't careful about how you use your Destructive Reach, as in make sure you cast a skill after that, you're probably going to lose uptimes on Brittle. Second up, for gear alternatives, you can run Frostbite, but if you do, you're going to lose Minor Slayer that Whirl provides, but you are able to be more mobile or able to do more DPS in mobile fights. So I recommend running 3-piece jewelry of some sort of trial set that has Minor Slayer on it, just to keep that. So with the upcoming new update 35 with the patch notes and the PTS going on right now, I just don't want to be a part of that speculative nightmare. So I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna keep making builds until we're certain at what we're gonna get, and if all this crazy stuff does happen, then I'm gonna have to adjust everything accordingly. But from my personal testing, I feel like the light attack isn't really the big issue, but the dots and the reduced damage and butchering of some classes, but that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. So I'll try my best to update all the builds as soon as we get more information on what the patch is actually going to look like or the update changes. And I think that wraps it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or come join our Discord. If this video helped in any way, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And attached will be a parse and outfit section. And as always, thanks again and see you in the next one.